Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, where we uncover the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you've ever wondered whether those small, seemingly insignificant coins in your collection could be worth something big, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're diving into a very special coin, the 1981 US 5-cent piece, or as we all know it, the nickel. But hold on, before you dismiss it as just another regular nickel, let me tell you, this coin could be worth far more than its face value, and I'm not talking about a few dollars, I'm talking about thousands. Stay tuned till the end of the video because you won't believe the value of a rare 1981 nickel once we reveal it, and trust me, you might just want to check your pockets or your coin collection after hearing this. Before we jump into the details of what makes the 1981 nickel so valuable, let's take a look at the historical context of the year 1981. The early 80s were an interesting time in the United States, both politically and economically. In 1981, President Ronald Reagan had just taken office, ushering in a new era of political and economic change. The U.S. was transitioning from the economic policies of the 1970s into a more conservative, market-driven approach, while inflation and interest rates were a major concern. Meanwhile, on the coinage front, the U.S. Mint continued to produce regular circulation coins, including the 5-cent nickel. The 1981 nickel features the familiar design that has been in place since 1938, the profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and the image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home, on the reverse. While these designs had been in circulation for over 40 years by 1981, it wasn't just the standard design of this coin that makes it interesting. It was actually the production process and some specific minting characteristics that would set certain 1,981 nickels apart as valuable collectibles. Like all U.S. coins, the 1981 nickel was minted in different locations, and the mint mark is a key factor in determining the coin's origin and its potential value. The 1981 nickel, like its predecessors, was produced in two main mints, Philadelphia Mint. Nickels struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1981 do not have a mint mark. If your 1981 nickel has no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. These coins are the most common, but there are still factors like condition and potential minting errors that could make them more valuable. Denver Mint. The Denver Mint's 1981 nickels featured the familiar D mint mark under the date on the reverse. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and while these are not particularly rare, they are often of interest to collectors due to their unique characteristics. It's important to note that while mint marks play a significant role in identifying the origin of the coin, it's the specific characteristics, errors, and condition that can truly determine how much a 1981 nickel is worth. Now, you might be wondering, what is it about the 1981 nickel that makes it so valuable? In most cases, coins like the 1981 nickel are considered everyday currency, but there are a few factors that can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. The role of condition, grading. Just like any other collectible, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70, with higher grades being more valuable. If you have an uncirculated 1981 nickel in mint condition, this could be worth more than its face value. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been in circulation and show no signs of wear or damage. A 1981 nickel that has been kept in pristine condition and graded MS, 65 or higher will certainly be worth more than a typical circulated coin. Minting errors. Here's where things get really exciting. Like many coins, the 1981 nickel was subject to potential minting errors that could increase its value dramatically. Some of these errors were caused by the machinery used in the minting process, while others occurred when the coins were struck incorrectly. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity and the fact that they can never be reproduced. Here are some of the most valuable error types to look out for on a 1981 nickel. Double die errors. One of the most significant errors that can occur during the minting process is a double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or struck twice, causing a doubled image. On a 1981 nickel, you may notice this error on the date, lettering, or other design features, like the word Liberty or In God We Trust. If you come across a 1981 nickel with a noticeable double die error, you could have a highly valuable coin in your hands. Off-center strikes. Another common error that could make a 1981 nickel worth far more than face value is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned with the press, resulting in a design that's misaligned and partially cut off. These types of error coins are rare and typically command higher prices because they are unique and stand out among regular coins. Die cracks. Die cracks are small, raised lines that appear on the coin when the die used to strike the coin becomes cracked. These cracks can appear in various areas of the coin, including the edges or the design elements like Jefferson's portrait or Monticello. While die cracks are usually small, they can still increase the coin's value depending on the size and location of the crack. Rare varieties and limited production. Although the 1981 nickel was minted in large quantities, certain varieties and unusual circumstances surrounding its production make it highly desirable among collectors. If you've got a coin with any distinctive feature or rare error, you've got a valuable piece on your hands. So, how much could your 1981 nickel be worth? The value can vary depending on factors like the mint mark, condition, and any potential errors. Here's an idea of what to expect. Standard 1981 nickels, circulated, no errors. These are the most common types of coins and are generally worth only their face value, 5 cents. However, if the coin is in excellent condition or if it's from a specific mint, like a proof coin from the San Francisco Mint, it may be worth a bit more. Uncirculated 1981 nickels. If your 1981 nickel is uncirculated and in excellent condition, it could be worth anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on the quality and mint mark. High-grade coins can command higher prices from collectors. 1981 nickels with minting errors. If you have a 1981 nickel with a rare minting error, such as a double die, off-center strike, or die crack, the value could go up significantly. These types of coins are highly collectible, and a well-preserved example could be worth $50 to $500 or even more, depending on the severity of the error. Rare varieties and high-grade error coins. The ultimate prize comes if you happen to have a rare, high-grade error coin. A 1981 nickel with a significant error, such as a well-defined double die or a major off-center strike, in top condition can be worth as much as $35,000. Yes, you heard it correctly, $35,000 for a single 1981 nickel. It's incredible to think that such a seemingly ordinary coin could be worth so much, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know what hidden treasure might be hiding in your collection. So, the next time you're going through your spare change, keep an eye out for 1981 nickels with unique features, minting errors, or just those that are in excellent condition. You could be sitting on a coin worth thousands. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the world of the 1987 United States 5-cent coin, the nickel. Now, you might think, 1987? That's not that long ago. And you'd be right. But don't let the recent production date fool you. This seemingly ordinary nickel could be hiding a small fortune. Stick with me until the end of this video because we're about to reveal just how much a 1987 5-cent nickel could actually be worth today, and trust me, you won't want to miss the shocking price. Before we dive into the specifics of what makes the 1987 nickel valuable, let's set the stage and talk a little bit about its history. In 1987, the United States was well into the 1980s, a decade of economic growth and political change. Ronald Reagan was in the midst of his second term as president, and the U.S. economy was recovering from the high inflation and interest rates that had plagued the late 1970s and early 1980s. It was a time of prosperity and change. However, on the coinage front, not much had changed by 1987. The design of the nickel had been in circulation for decades. Obverse. The front of the coin, the obverse, features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, who has appeared on the nickel since 1938. Reverse. The back of the coin, the reverse, displays the Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home, a design that has been part of the nickel since 1938 as well. So, while the 1987 nickel didn't have a flashy new design or unique features, it was still very much a part of the United States daily life. But here's the thing, while the design may have been common, it's what happened at the mint that makes certain 1987 nickels so valuable. Just like every U.S. coin, the 1987 nickel was minted in different facilities across the United States, and the mint mark is essential in identifying its origin. There are two major mints that produced 1987 nickels. Philadelphia Mint. The 1987 nickel minted in Philadelphia does not carry a mint mark. If you find a 1987 nickel without a mint mark, it means it came from the Philadelphia Mint, the primary mint for coin production in the United States. Denver Mint. Coins struck at the Denver Mint carry a D mint mark beneath the date. The D mint-marked 1987 nickels are also common, but they are often differentiated from the Philadelphia ones due to their slightly different production processes. Mint marks may seem like a small detail, but they can play a significant role in determining a coin's potential rarity or value, especially when combined with other factors like condition or errors.So. What makes the 1987 nickel stand out in the world of coin collecting? At first glance, it may seem like just another standard nickel, but there are a few key factors that can really make this coin special. Condition. Grading. The most important factor in determining the value of a coin, no matter the year, is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70, with higher grades corresponding to better condition and higher value. Uncirculated 1987 nickels. An uncirculated nickel, one that has never been used in daily circulation and has no visible signs of wear, is far more valuable than one that has been passed around for decades. If you happen to have a 1987 nickel in pristine condition, you could be holding onto something much more valuable than just a 5-cent piece. MS 65 or higher. A 1987 nickel that is graded MS 65 or higher can fetch a decent price at auctions or from coin collectors. The higher the grade, the more desirable the coin is. Minting errors. Now we get to the really exciting part, minting errors. Coins that were struck with errors are often worth far more than standard ones because they are rare and unique. Over the years, many coins were produced with slight imperfections that make them highly valuable to collectors. Let's take a look at some of the most common errors you might find on a 1987 nickel that could significantly increase its worth. Double die errors. One of the most famous types of errors in the world of coin collecting is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice, causing the design to appear doubled. A 1987 nickel with a double die error on the date or lettering, like the word Liberty, would be an incredibly rare and valuable find. These types of errors can increase the value of the coin by hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars depending on the severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. Another highly desirable error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned with the press, resulting in a design that is shifted to one side of the coin. Off-center strikes are rare, and a 1987 nickel with this error can be quite valuable due to its distinct look and rarity. Die cracks or die chips. Sometimes, the dies used to strike the coin can develop cracks or chips. These imperfections can leave raised lines or bumps on the coin's surface. While die cracks are not as common as other types of minting errors, they are still highly collectible, especially if they are large or clearly visible. Proof coins. In addition to regular circulation coins, the U.S. Mint also produces proof coins for collectors. These coins are specially struck with a higher level of detail and finish to make them more appealing to numismatists. Although most 1987 nickels were produced for general circulation, a limited number of proof 1987 nickels were made, and these can command higher prices, especially if they are in excellent condition. So, how much could your 1987 nickel be worth? The value depends on several factors, such as the mint mark, condition, and whether the coin has any rare minting errors. Here's a quick breakdown of the general value. Circulated 1987 nickels. If your 1987 nickel is just a regular circulated coin with no errors, it's worth its face value, 5 cents. However, there's still a small premium for coins in exceptionally good condition, especially those with little to no wear. Uncirculated 1987 nickels. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1987 nickel can be worth anywhere from $1 to $10, depending on the condition and the grading. Minting errors. If your 1987 nickel has a minting error, whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or die crack, it could be worth much more. Error coins like these can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on the rarity and the specific error. Proof coins, proof 1987 nickels can also carry a premium, and depending on their condition, they could be worth around $10 to $30 or more. Rare high-grade minting errors. Now, here comes the big reveal. If you happen to have a high-grade 1987 nickel with a rare minting error like a major double die, off-center strike, or significant die crack, your coin could be worth an astounding $38,000. Yes, you heard that right, $38,000 for a single 1987 nickel. It's absolutely incredible that a coin so recent could hold such value, but that's the magic of coin collecting. You never know what you might find hidden in your collection, so, the next time you're going through your spare change or looking at old nickels, keep an eye out for those special 1987 coins. A small, unassuming nickel could turn out to be a hidden treasure. Today, in this video, we're talking about a very special coin, the 1974 US 5-cent piece, also known as the nickel. Now, at first glance, you might think, 1974? That's not that long ago. But hold on to your seats, because this seemingly simple nickel could be worth much more than just 5 cents, and trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end to find out just how much this coin could really be worth. Let's get into it. Before we talk about the value of the 1974 nickel, let's take a quick look at the history surrounding this coin and the year it was minted. The 1970s were a decade of change in the United States. By 1974, the U.S. was dealing with the tail end of the Vietnam War, facing an oil crisis, and experiencing economic inflation. Politically, it was a turbulent time, with President Richard Nixon facing the fallout from the Watergate scandal. Despite the political and economic challenges, the country continued to produce its everyday currency, including the humble 5-cent piece. The 1974 nickel features the familiar design that had been in circulation for decades. This design, created by the artist Felix Schlag, is timeless, obverse. The front of the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Jefferson has been featured on the nickel since 1938. Reverse. The back of the coin shows Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, which also appears on the reverse of the nickel design. So while the 1974 nickel might not have been designed as a special edition or with commemorative significance, it's still an important piece of U.S. currency, and it turns out, some of these coins are now extremely valuable. Like all U.S. coins, the 1974 nickel was minted at different locations across the United States. The mint mark is crucial in identifying the coin's origin. There are two main mints that produced 1974 nickels. Philadelphia Mint. If you have a 1974 nickel with no mint mark, it means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the main U.S. mint. Philadelphia Mint coins are often common, but some may have particular characteristics or errors that increase their value. Denver Mint. Coins struck at the Denver Mint have a D mint mark located just below the date on the reverse side. The Denver minted 1974 nickels are also common, but, as we'll see later, they can still be highly sought after by collectors for specific reasons. While the mint mark plays an important role in determining where the coin was produced, the real value of a 1974 nickel comes from its condition and the possibility of minting errors. Now, you might be thinking, what could make a 1974 nickel so valuable? After all, it's only a few decades old. Well, just like many other coins, there are factors beyond just age that can increase its worth. Let's dive into what makes a 1974 nickel truly valuable. Condition, grading. The condition of the coin is one of the most significant factors that determine its value. Coin collectors use a grading scale that ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are in mint condition are especially sought after, as they are rare and hard to find. Uncirculated 1974 nickels. If you have a mint condition, uncirculated 1974 nickel, it could be worth a lot more than just 5 cents. Coins in this condition are highly prized by collectors because they've never been in circulation, and they show no signs of wear or damage. High-grade 1974 nickels. coins graded MS 65 or higher, mint state, are considered premium quality coins. If your 1974 nickel is graded at a high level, it's worth much more than a circulated version. Here's where things get interesting. As with most coins, some of the most valuable 1974 nickels come from minting errors, and these can significantly increase their value. Errors occur when the minting process doesn't go as planned, creating unusual or rare features on the coin. Let's take a look at some of the most valuable errors that could occur on a 1974 nickel. Double die errors. Double die errors are one of the most sought-after types of minting errors. This happens when the coin is struck multiple times, causing the design to appear doubled. For a 1974 nickel, you might see this error on the date, 1974, or the inscription, Liberty, or, In God We Trust. These types of coins are rare and highly desirable, with values that can be much higher than normal 1974 nickels. Off-center strikes. Another error that can make a 1974 nickel much more valuable is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that is shifted to one side of the coin. These errors are unique, and collectors love them because no two off-center strikes are the same. Die cracks or die chips. Sometimes, cracks or chips develop on the dies used to strike coins. These imperfections can result in raised lines or bumps on the coin's surface. While not as dramatic as double die errors, die cracks and chips can still make a 1974 nickel more interesting and valuable. Occur when the metal planchet, blank, isn't properly centered in the coin press, causing the coin to be struck outside of its intended diameter. If you find a 1974 nickel, it could be worth a premium, depending on its size and appearance. So, how much could your 1974 nickel be worth? The value of the coin depends on its condition, mint mark, and whether it has any minting errors. Here's a quick breakdown of what you can expect. Standard circulated 1974 nickels. If your 1974 nickel is a regular circulated coin with no minting errors or exceptional features, it is likely worth just its face value, 5 cents. Uncirculated 1974 nickels. If you have a well-preserved, uncirculated 1974 nickel, it could be worth $1 to $5 or more, depending on its condition and grading. Minting error 1974 nickels. If your 1974 nickel has a double die error, off-center strike, or other rare minting mistakes, it could be worth hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and visibility of the error. Minor errors may fetch $50 to $200, but more dramatic errors can push the value much higher. Proof 1974 nickels. Proof coins are specially made for collectors and have a much higher quality finish than regular circulation coins. If you have a proof 1974 nickel, it could be worth $10 to $50 depending on its condition and demand. High-grade error coins. The most valuable of all, though, are the high-grade error 1974 nickels. If you have an error coin in mint state with significant issues like a double die or major off-center strike, your coin could be worth a staggering $45,000, that's right, $45,000 for a single 1974 nickel. It's amazing how much value can be hidden in a coin that's only a few decades old. So, the next time you're going through your change or checking your coin collection, be sure to look for those rare minting errors and coins in excellent condition. Today's video is definitely for you. In this episode, we're diving into a fascinating and somewhat overlooked coin, the 1975 United States 5-cent piece, commonly known as the nickel. You might think, 1975? That's not ancient history. But here's the catch: this nickel could be worth a small fortune. Trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end to find out just how much a 1975 5-cent coin could actually be worth today. You may be sitting on a hidden treasure without even knowing it. Let's get started. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of what makes the 1975 nickel valuable, let's take a brief look at its historical context. By 1975, the United States was navigating through some challenging times. The country had just emerged from the Vietnam War, and the economy was in the middle of a recession. Gas prices had skyrocketed due to the 1973 oil crisis, and inflation was hitting everyday Americans hard. Politically, President Gerald Ford was in office, having assumed the presidency after the resignation of Richard Nixon. Amid all these changes, the U.S. Mint was still producing regular coinage, including the iconic 5-cent nickel. However, even though the design of the 1975 nickel may seem like just another routine production, it's still one of the coins that caught the eye of collectors later on, especially due to the rarity and condition of certain 1975 nickels. Let's break down the design before we get to the more exciting stuff. The 1975 nickel features the same classic design that had been in circulation for decades, obverse. On the front side of the coin, we see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. This design has been on the nickel since 1938, created by artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson's likeness is instantly recognizable, and it remains one of the most enduring designs on U.S. coinage. Reverse. On the back of the coin, we find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's beloved Virginia home. This side has also been a part of the nickel's design since 1938. Monticello is depicted in detailed relief, showcasing Jefferson's architectural achievements and his connection to the land he helped shape. So, what's so special about this 1975 coin? Well, it's all about the minting process and certain factors that can make a 1975 nickel worth far more than its face value. Just like with any coin, the mint mark on the 1975 nickel plays a key role in identifying where the coin was made. The United States Mint produces coins at multiple locations across the country, and each mint uses a specific mark to designate its origin. For the 1975 nickel, there are two primary mint marks: Philadelphia Mint. No mint mark. The 1975 nickels struck at the Philadelphia Mint do not have a mint mark. These are often the most common and are typically what people think of when they imagine a regular 1975 nickel. Denver Mint, D mint mark. The 1975 nickels struck at the Denver Mint have the D mint mark located just below the Monticello image on the reverse side. While these nickels are also relatively common, certain D-mint examples may stand out due to their specific minting errors or rarity. Now, as you'll see, what really makes the 1975 nickel valuable isn't just the mint mark but the condition of the coin and the possibility of rare minting errors. OK, here's the big question: what makes a 1975 nickel worth much more than just 5 cents? Several factors can contribute to its value, and it all comes down to condition, rarity, and potential minting errors. Condition and grading. Like any collectible item, the condition of a coin is a major factor in determining its value. Coins are graded based on their appearance, with the most common scale being the 1 to 70 grading scale, where 1 is the worst condition, with almost no details remaining, and 70 is a perfect coin, unblemished and fresh from the mint. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Uncirculated 1975 nickels. A mint state 1975 nickel, one that has never been in circulation and still looks fresh, could command a much higher price than a typical circulated one. If you have a nickel that's in MS 65 or higher condition, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. High-grade 1975 nickels, for example, MS 66 or MS 67 1975 nickel, can fetch a good premium on the market, making it a valuable find. Even in an MS 63 to MS 64 grade, the price would increase compared to a well-worn coin. While a coin's condition is important, the real excitement begins when we talk about minting errors. When the minting process goes wrong, it can result in coins with unusual characteristics, and those errors can make the coin far more valuable. Here are some common errors you should look out for when checking your 1975 nickels. Double die errors. One of the most exciting and valuable errors is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the dies, creating a doubled image of the design. In a 1975 nickel, this could appear on the date or lettering, such as Liberty or In God We Trust. A 1975 nickel with a double die error is highly sought after and can command significant amounts of money at auction. Off-center strikes. Another error that can add value to your 1975 nickel is an off-center strike. This happens when the metal planchet isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be struck off-center. Off-center coins are rare and much more valuable to collectors because they're unique and strikingly different from regular coins. Die cracks. Sometimes the dies used in the minting process develop cracks, which can leave raised lines on the coin surface. These can create interesting and rare features on your nickel, and if the crack is prominent enough, it can add value to the coin. Clipped planchets. Another rare and exciting error is a clipped planchet, which happens when the metal blank used for the coin gets clipped before it struck. If you come across a 1975 nickel with a clipped edge, it could be worth much more than its face value. Now, here comes the exciting part. How much can a 1975 nickel be worth? Well, the value of a 1975 nickel depends on a variety of factors: condition, minting errors, and rarity. Here's a general idea of what to expect. Standard circulated 1975 nickels. If you have a regular, circulated 1975 nickel with no errors and average wear, it's worth just 5 cents, but, of course, it has a little more historical and collectible value to it. Uncirculated 1975 nickels. If you have a mint condition, uncirculated 1975 nickel, it could be worth $5 to $10, depending on the grade. Minting error 1975 nickels. If your 1975 nickel has a double die error, off-center strike, or another minting error, its value could range from $50 to several $100s, depending on the severity of the error and its condition. High-grade 1975 nickels. If your coin is graded at a high level, such as MS 65 or higher, it could be worth $25 to $100 or more. Rare error 1975 nickels. But now, hold on to your hats. The most valuable 1975 nickels are those with significant errors and in near-perfect condition. If you have an MS 67 or higher 1975 nickel with a rare minting error like a double die or off-center strike, your coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single 1975 nickel with the right conditions and errors. It's incredible how a simple, everyday coin can hold such value if you're lucky enough to find a rare one. So, the next time you go through your change or check your collection, keep an eye out for those minting errors and high-quality specimens. You never know, that 1975 nickel in your hand could be your ticket to a small fortune. Today, we're diving into a coin that you may have seen 100 times but never gave much thought to, the 1999 US 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel. While this might seem like just another run-of-the-mill nickel, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. In fact, this seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece could be worth far more than its face value. Stick around till the end, because we're going to reveal how much your 1999 nickel could actually be worth. Let's get started. Before we dive into its value, let's set the stage with some historical context. The 1999 nickel was minted during a time of great change in the United States. The nation was entering the new millennium, and there was a sense of optimism as people looked forward to the future. Politically, Bill Clinton was in the final years of his presidency, and the country was experiencing a strong economy and booming technology sector. However, when it comes to coinage, 1999 wasn't the year for dramatic changes. The 1999 nickel still featured the familiar design that had been in use since 1938. But what makes this coin special is its rarity, condition, and the potential for minting errors that could make it a highly valuable collector's item. The 1999 nickel features the classic design that we've all come to recognize, obverse. The front of the coin showcases the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This design, created by artist Felix Schlag, has been on the nickel since 1938, and it captures Jefferson's dignified likeness in a classic style. Reverse. The reverse of the coin features an image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. Monticello has been depicted on the reverse of the nickel since the 1930s and is one of the most iconic representations of American architecture in coinage. On the surface, the 1999 nickel may look like just another ordinary piece of currency, but there's more going on under the hood. The value of this coin, like any other, can increase depending on condition, rarity, and whether it has any errors or unique features that make it stand out from the rest. Just like other U.S. coins, the mint mark plays a crucial role in identifying where a coin was struck. The 1999 nickel was produced at several U.S. mint locations, with the two main mint marks you'll encounter being Philadelphia Mint. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint are typically unmarked, meaning they don't have any mint mark. These are the most common coins from 1999 and, unless they have some rare characteristic or error, they typically hold a relatively low value. Denver Mint. Coins struck at the Denver Mint feature the distinctive D mint mark located just beneath Monticello on the reverse side. These are the most common 1999 nickels in circulation. In most cases, a 1999 nickel will either be unmarked, from Philadelphia, or have the D mint mark, from Denver. However, while these coins are widespread, their condition and the presence of any minting errors can dramatically influence their value. So, what makes the 1999 nickel more valuable than just its 5-cent face value? A few key factors can significantly increase its worth, and it's not always about just having the coin, it's about how rare and how well preserved the coin is. Let's break down the key elements that affect its value. Point 1. Condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. The condition of the coin is one of the most significant factors in determining how much a 1999 nickel is worth. Coins are graded based on their appearance, with higher grades meaning more value. Mint state, MS. A mint state coin is one that has never been in circulation, meaning it is essentially in brand new condition. These coins will have a high level of detail, sharpness, and no signs of wear or damage. A MS 65 or higher 1999 nickel is considered very desirable by collectors. Circulated coins. If the coin has been in circulation, it will likely have wear marks, scratches, and other signs of aging. Well-circulated 1999 nickels might only be worth a few cents over face value, depending on the condition, but they are still a part of the larger collection market. Coins with no scratches, dents, or marks are considered in pristine condition, which means they stand out and can fetch a higher price. Point 2. Minting errors. The key to rare and valuable coins. When it comes to rare and valuable coins, minting errors are often the game changer. A minting error occurs during the production process when the coin dies fail to produce a perfect coin. These errors can range from minor imperfections to major flaws that make the coin highly collectible. Here are a few minting errors that could make the 1999 nickel worth much more than face value. Double die error. One of the most desirable errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, creating a double image of the design. On a 1999 nickel, this could affect the date, the wording, Liberty or In God We Trust, or other elements on the coin. These coins are extremely rare and could be worth a lot more than their face value. Off-center strikes. An off-center strike occurs when the planchet, the blank metal disc, isn't properly aligned in the coin press, resulting in a coin with a design that's shifted to one side. These coins are often quite collectible because they are one-of-a-kind and visually unique. Die cracks. Sometimes, the dies used to stamp the designs on the coin can develop cracks, which then appear as raised lines or cracks on the coin. These types of coins are also sought after by collectors, especially if the cracks are prominent and cover much of the design. Clipped planchet. This occurs when the metal disc that gets stamped into a coin is clipped, causing a portion of the coin to be missing. These coins are rare and often more valuable to collectors. Point 3. High-grade proof coins. Another reason a 1999 nickel could be worth more is if you have a proof coin. Proof coins are specially minted for collectors and often have higher quality finishes. They are struck multiple times to ensure sharp details and a mirror-like finish. A proof 1999 nickel is considered a more valuable version of the coin and could be worth a premium over regular circulation versions. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. How much is a 1999 nickel worth? Standard circulated 1999 nickels. If your 1999 nickel is a regular circulated coin in good condition, it may be worth only a few cents above its face value, 10 cents to 25 cents depending on its overall condition. Uncirculated or mint state 1999 nickels. If you have an uncirculated 1999 nickel in pristine condition, it could be worth more, ranging from $5 to $15 depending on the grade and rarity. Error coins. Double die, off-center, clipped planchet coins with major errors could easily fetch several $100s. A double die error 1999 nickel, for example, could be worth $200 to $500 or more, depending on the severity of the error and its condition. High-grade 1999 nickels, a highly graded 1999 nickel in MS 65 or higher can be worth $25 to $50 or more. Rare proof or error 1999 nickels. But here's the real kicker: if you've got a proof coin or a rare error coin in near-perfect condition, your 1999 nickel could be worth a jaw-dropping $55,000. Yes, you heard it right, $55,000 for a rare 1999 US 5-cent coin with a minting error or a high-grade proof. It's amazing how much value can be hidden in something so small and seemingly ordinary. So, if you've got any 1999 nickels lying around, now's the time to check them closely. They might just be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the value of the 1999 nickel, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest coin discoveries. Good luck with your collections, and who knows? Your next coin might just be worth $55,000.